All right, folks, week 16 is almost in the books. We have what I think is kind of a meaningless game going on right now between the Vikings and the Cowboys. And then tomorrow night, we have the Dolphins at the Steelers. Steelers have a chance to maintain their first place lead in the NFC North. But what a bizarre day of football it was. That's really the main word I would use to describe today. It just felt kind of strange all day. A lot of close finishes, a lot of strange outcomes. Mahomes tears his ACL. He's going to be out for the rest of the year, and we'll see if he's ready to go for the start of next year. I'll talk about that in the offseason. But I went 2-3 on my picks today, and I'm 30-27-2 on the season, a losing record today. I had that Ravens-Bengals game. I was way off on that. I thought the Bengals were win. Joe Burrow was absolutely horrible today. He threw 2 picks and just got shut out, which is kind of hard to believe against a Ravens defense that's not very good. But there's really a few things I want to talk about today. I'm going to start with number one. The Broncos win their 11th game in a row today, and they beat the Packers, who I thought were coming in one of the best teams in the NFL, and they were really good today. And I thought this was Bo Nix's best game of his entire career. He had 302 passing yards and 4 touchdowns with no interceptions. And defensively, the Broncos are very good on defense. They really held Jordan Love down for the last quarter and a half of that game. They forced Jordan Love into 2 interceptions. The Broncos are rolling right now. Right now, they control their fate for the number 1 seed. They get the Chiefs without Mahomes on Christmas Day. They got a fairly easy schedule here to close out, and I think they're going to end up with the 1 seed. And if you turn it around on the Packers, this was a really devastating loss. Not only did they fall behind in the 1 seed by a game and a game and a half, or a half a game, against the Rams, but they lose Micah Parsons to what looks like a torn ACL, and this is an absolute devastating injury. And they lost Christian Watkins, and I don't know how long he's going to be out, but he's looked like their best wide receiver here the past few weeks. Those are 2 really devastating injuries for them, and I don't know. This is going to be a pretty tough road for them going ahead, and they have the Bears, who are playing extremely well in just 6 days in Chicago, and we'll see what they can do and they can rally, but today was not great for the Packers. Number 2, the Bills come back from 21 down to beat the Patriots. And when I was watching this game in the first half, I texted someone, I said, I think the Patriots are the best team in the NFL right now. They were running all over the Bills. The Bills couldn't get anything going offensively, and I thought the Patriots were just going to rout them today. And that really flipped in the second half. And Josh Allen was great, but more importantly, they had 168 yards rushing today. And that's really their best point of their offense, is a rushing attack. But I think if you're the Patriots right now, yes, you lost the game, but you have to be a little bit encouraged about this and going into the playoffs knowing, hey, we can hang right in there with the Bills. They beat them the first time. They probably should have won today. They had over 200 yards rushing today, which was great, and 4 touchdowns. But if you look at the Patriots right now, they just have to beat the Dolphins and the Jets to close out the season, and they will win this division. So they're still in good shape there. But, that was a very interesting game, and I'm really surprised to see the Bills make that comeback. Number 3, one that no one's talking about right now. The Jags have won 5 games in a row, and 4 of those have been blowouts. And if you look at today was Trevor Lawrence's best game of his entire career. And if you look at those past 5 games that they've won, he has 17 total touchdowns to just 4 interceptions. And right now they are really looking good. They still have a couple of tough games left on their schedule, but this is a team that I think everyone's taken a little bit for granted in the playoffs. And their defense is very good. Trevor Lawrence is playing the best ball that he's played in his entire career, and they're just a lot better coached than they've been in the past few years. So when you look at the Jags in the playoffs, a lot of times you look at it as like, hey, maybe that's someone we want to play. I don't think that's necessarily the case. I think this team is way undervalued. I think Trevor Lawrence is playing much better right now than he has his entire career, and I think that they can win a playoff game and possibly go to the AFC Championship game. Number 4, the Rams beat the Lions to take the 1 seed. And they have the Seahawks coming up on Thursday night, which is going to be an absolutely monster game. But Stafford was great today. The Rams had over 500 yards total offense today. They did basically whatever they want. Puka Nacua, to me, when I watch him play, there is no one that I've ever watched who's better at contested catches than Puka Nacua. It seems like if he gets his hands on it, he brings it in. And right now, Stafford is playing awesome. I've said all year that he is the MVP of the league. I still feel like that right now today. And if you look at the Lions, this is a tough loss. This is going to be tough to come back from. They are now a game and a half back out of the playoffs. They still have the Bears in Chicago to end the season. I don't think they're going to make it right now. I think with an exception of the NFC South. I think our playoff teams in the NFC are basically set right now. And number 5, I was fascinated all week to see what Phillip Rivers could do. And for the most part, I thought he was kind of okay. He didn't really ask a lot from him. It seems like most of what they were doing was running the ball, a lot of short, really quick passes. He did have a moment in which he looked really old where he just kind of slipped and fell down, and it looked like what took him about 10 seconds to get off the ground. But it's pretty evident moving forward, if they want to make the playoffs, they kind of got to go at least 2-1 moving forward in their last 3. And I don't know how sustainable this is. It doesn't look like he can really complete any passes that are more than about 10 yards down the field. Everything is super quick. They're relying a lot on the run game. But he was a little bit better than I kind of honestly expected. I know he had a terrible interception at the end, but there's only 12 seconds left. He's trying to make something happen. But kind of a little was pleasantly surprised with this play today. The Seahawks, they get a big win. I thought Sam Darnold was a little bit shaky all day today, but at the end, on the last drive, he made a couple really big throws to get them into field goal position, and they end up winning. So we can't wait for that Rams-Seahawks game on Thursday night. So that's what I saw in Week 16. Can't wait for Week 17, and we'll talk to everyone later.